Hi everyone, it's Dee. I wanted to talk a little bit about something I've been putting off. And I think I have tried to talk about it before, but the way I articulated it, it just didn't come out right. And that's the whole Rasta stereotype that comes along with having locks. I get asked questions at work once in a while, like, how long have you been Rasta? And this and that. I've been called Rasta Girl over and over again by like these construction workers that have been working outside of the salon I work at for months. Like, I leave the salon and they don't know my name because I don't talk to them, but they yell Rasta Girl every time they see me. I've had other like instances too where people just assume that I am. And at first, it could have been something that I took as offensive because I'm not Jamaican, even though, some non-West Indian people, whether they're African or they're white or they're Asian, they assume that because I'm black and because my hair is locked, I'm Jamaican. And I don't blame them because I live in Toronto, and Toronto is a multicultural area and there are a lot of Jamaicans, but I am not Jamaican. I'm not saying that Jamaicans are Rastas, they're the only people that could be Rastas, but I just wanted to mention it because I was born here in Canada. My dad's from Barbados, my mom's from Grenada. They're small islands, and when they were growing up in like the 60s and 70s, there weren't a lot of people out in their country with locked hair. And because of that, when I became a teenager and I started talking about getting locks, that was strongly discouraged. And I do have one family member that has locks in Grenada. My uncle, he's had locks ever since I could remember. And to be honest, there are some negative stereotypes that even follow him as well. So I was discouraged from it for the longest time. I decided to just jump right in and not really care what my family said about me locking my hair. And then the funny thing is that when I finally locked my hair, people didn't realize, to this day, people don't realize I have locks. Like, it doesn't matter what color the person is, they'll ask me about my hair. They'll be like, oh, well, do you have dreads? Is your hair twisted? They don't know because they tell me my hair looks a little bit different than regular dreadlocks. So I like that versatility, and I like that I could take away from whatever stereotypes someone has in their head about locks. But I'm getting off tangent because I'm not trying to talk about locks. I'm trying to talk about Rastafarianism. People assume that I'm vegan or vegetarian. I am mostly vegan. I don't eat a lot of meat because I basically don't like meat. And right now I'm trying to go back full vegan. Just I just hate for anyone to ask me anything about the Rastafarian culture. I have been reading up on it a little bit, and I have been watching documentaries and movies just so that I'm more informed. And the only things I could relate to is like the naturalism aspect of it, just keeping your food clean and pure, and the products you use on your hair and skin clean and pure, the positive vibe aspect of it. Not even the law of attraction, just like being grateful and having positive attitude towards people and being loving towards people. Those are the two aspects I incorporate into my life. Everything else, like the Haile Selassie history and the belief system of like the Pan-Africa, going back to Africa, I'm not really into that. I do strongly gravitate towards the black, the red, and the green. Gold's not really a big part for me, but the black's supposed to represent the color of your skin, the green's supposed to represent the land, the red is supposed to represent the blood spill, and gold is supposed to represent gold. I've always rocked those colors because I've always been pro-black, locks or not. But just I fill myself up with knowledge reluctantly because I assume people are going to have questions about the Rastafarian culture, and I'm going to make it even more of a point to point out to people I'm not Rasta. And when people call me a dread, I have to tell them I have locks. I'm not a dread. I don't know what you mean by dread, but I'm not a dread because you don't know what kind of category they're trying to lump you into. But that's basically it. I don't get offended at all when people assume that I'm Rasta, but you just have to keep in mind that you can't make assumptions based on the way that people wear their hair. And I'm going to keep studying up on it so I could see if there are other aspects of the religion that I gravitate towards even more. The last documentary that I watched was called, I don't know, I think it was called Black Friday, the incident in Coral Gardens, and it was just about this historical event that happened in the 70s, I think, where a guy that happened to have locks or happened to be Rasta, he retaliated against some like police officers, and because of that, Jamaica in general had this like backlash towards Rastas. Like they were already on the outskirts, they were already considered outcasts, but they were like rounded up and put in prison for no reason. Basically, that was the start of the persecution. And one movie I'm not going to watch is that Snoop Lion or Snoop Dogg movie, because I've heard really bad things about it. I've heard that like it doesn't represent the culture well because he's so into marijuana. That's the only thing that he's really promoting in the movie, positive vibes and marijuana. But I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to ramble on too much. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.